So today we have a local military veteran who has, over the last few years, found himself homeless. He spent 17 years in the Army before he couldn't pass the hearing test anymore and got the boot and eventually became homeless. So for the last few years he's been living in his van deep out in the woods, because he says the deeper you go in the woods, the farther you are away from trouble. And he's right. But recently, through the help of the VA and COVO, which is the Central Oregon Veterans Outreach Association, he's gotten set up with some housing in a tiny home setup they're doing. The only problem is everything he owns is in his van way out in the woods. Normally during the winter he'd try to bring his van down to lower elevation so he could still access it. But this year, due to some mechanical problems with the van, he wasn't able to do that, so it's still stranded up there in the woods. When the first big winter storms hit, he had to come down to town and get out of the woods, and he ended up at the homeless shelter and stayed there for 6 weeks until the VA and COVO were able to get working with him and get him set up into a hotel, which is what we're going to go pick him up from. And he's in that hotel until I think the end of the week, when he gets to move into his new tiny home. So we're going to get his van, get it back down to town to a place where we can park it for a few days until his new tiny home is ready to move into, and then I'm going to run back over, pick it up, take it over there for him so that he has all his stuff at his new home and he can get started on his new life. So this is not your average off-road recovery call, but this is one I'm super excited to do my little teeny part in what is going to help someone get back on their feet. All right, so we got John picked up from his hotel. How long are you at the hotel for?
About 3 days.
3 more days, and then you get to move to the tiny home?
Yeah, basically.
Perfect. So John was living out here in his van until winter came and blocked access to the van because it was way deep out here, which is good to get away from everyone and all the trouble down at the bottom end of the mountain. So he went a little deeper than everyone else, which is awesome. But now that winter came, no access to the van, ended up having to stay at the homeless shelter for, what, 6 weeks, you said?
Yeah, about 6 weeks.
Yep. And then reached out to me around Christmas time, and I said I'd love to come help out, but then between you switching phones and you know, have your number, I couldn't get back a hold of him. And then yesterday he finally got back a hold of me, said absolutely, let's do it. So here we are. We're gonna go out and get his van, get it back into a town, not a town, get it back into town to a place where we can keep it for a few days till he gets to move into his new tiny home that he's getting with the help of the VA and COVO,
yeah.
COVO, helping out with that. So once that happens, we'll go grab the van again and move it over there for him, so he's all set, and then you have all your stuff back.
Yeah.
Finally, and a new place to stay. So we're on our way out here in the woods right now to go get the van picked up and see if we can get out of there. Getting a little deeper up here, but everything's frozen nice and hard, so it shouldn't be a problem.
It'll be interesting, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Oh man, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. I'm ready to say the area that goes into it looks like this.
Well, it does look just like this, because this is it. That's what we got reverse for.
Yeah.
Well, you picked a nice spot to hang out. It's beautiful out here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's still there. It's still got all its windows in it.
Yeah. Doors are closed, which is a good sign.
Yeah. That was a problem with having to leave it out here once winter came. Everything he owns is in the van, and he didn't have access to it, so he's hoping no one messed with it. Luckily, it's out deep enough that most people who are out causing trouble aren't going to get to it. Anyone who's out this far is not the troublemakers, so yeah, picked a nice spot. Well, we made it. In all reality, it's not the worst place to live. It's a beautiful spot out here.
This is like part of the family. To me, anyway. I kind of feel a little sick in my stomach thinking that I'm going to have to replace it. I know that sounds stupid, but it's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, well, we'll get it out of here and back to town so you can at least be close to it for a little bit and have all your stuff. pointed at what's happening.
Can do that. You want me to say anything?
You can if you want to, or you don't have to if you don't want to.
Okay.
Up to you.
Okay. Please bear with me. I'm not a professional. Right now, what is going to happen, he's going to hook up and attempt to pull the van out. As you can see, he's already shoveled a little bit out to make it easier to make contact with the vehicle. And whoa, that's cool. You can see the wheels are spinning. Yeah, that's one of the bad things about snow. It more or less tells you what you're gonna do instead of you telling it. Okay. What appears to be happening is he's going to run his cable out and connect to that big tree over there.
You might be my new cameraman.
The deceiving thing about snow that get a lot of people in trouble, and as you can see, myself included, if you look up towards the slanted up there, it looks so easy and nothing to worry about. But as you can see from what's happening, that's far from the truth. It's a beautiful country though, I have to admit.
120 feet of rope to pull the truck forward 1 foot. Try again.
I don't know if you caught that or not, but there's 120 feet of cable laid out in an attempt to just pull the truck forward 1 foot. You can see the cable tightening up and the loads building. And you can see all the tires spinning now. Okay. Well, it looks like he got it. And this is a close-up of the winch. It's a 6-ton, 12,000-pound Badland. And he's got it rigged so that he can pull from the front and from the rear. You can see that he's a lot closer now. Now, will the weight of the van help give you traction?
It's either going to help or it's going to make it a whole lot worse. I'm not sure which one yet. We're going to figure that out real quick. Got a flat tire on the other side.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I don't know if you caught that, but...
I'll pick this up and block under that. I can still grab it.
Okay. It's got a flat, which is making things more complicated than necessary.
Okay, we put some blocks under that tire to pick it up, and then hopefully my arms will grab it.
Okay.
That came around this time. Much better.
Okay.
I'll strap that down real good, and then we'll probably have to use the winch to pull out of here, but that's fine.
You can kind of see where snowmobilers have been. It's kind of neat. Haven't seen any wild animals though, but I'm sure they're watching us. Well, I'm going to turn off for now for a few minutes to conserve battery, and we'll start it up again when we get ready to pull it.
All right, I'm gonna see if it'll pull out of here. Probably gonna have to just winch out and winch my way around so we can head back out to the road. See how it goes.
Okay, cross your fingers.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Now you can see, adding the weight of the van, it's allowed a lot more traction to the rear tires, which is a big plus. While he's preparing that, I'm going to make my way around to the other side. As you can see, looks like no problems whatsoever. Like they say, piece of cake.
That went way better than expected.
There isn't no more action footage I can foresee.
Just the driving out of here. Hopefully there's not any more action footage. Hopefully we just have a nice easy drive back to town.
Should be. Do you have any closing words?
Well, we're not closed yet. I learned a long time ago. You wait till the job is done before you close out.
That makes sense, good sense, especially in this kind of weather.
I've had a few surprises.
He's putting caution and safety lights on so people know that there's a vehicle in tow. Don't want anybody to hit us. The fun time of realigning the winch cable.
Well, I left the winch out because I thought for sure I'd need it again, so I didn't wind all the cable back in. Then I drove right out of there, so. All right, well, now we just wheel our way back out of here to the road and we can head back to town. I'm very impressed with how easily that came out of there once it was loaded up. I thought that's when I would be stuck, so that went very well.
That's good.
Your stomach feeling better now?
Yeah, a lot better.
He was nervous, his stomach in knots, coming out hoping his van was still in one piece, and luckily everything's just fine, so now we'll get it back to town.
Well, basically that is that the van was my home. And now I got my home back.
And we get to take your home to your new home.
Yep.
That's an easy way to move. Just take your old home to your new one. It's way easier.
The funny thing is, I'm not exactly sure how many square footage, but I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be a lot of square footage. A 10 by 20, which I think is probably about the size of it, is only 200 square feet. And
but that's two vans.
Huh?
That's two vans.
Yeah. And my living space was probably about, I don't know, 3 by 8 in the back of the van. So you can imagine it's going to be a major increase for me.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge change.
Yeah.
And a switch you can turn on lights and all that good stuff. So it's going to be a big change. It's going to be good.
I hope so.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. This spot is super rough. It's like a whole bunch of people got stuck here. Made a bunch of ruts and then it froze. Try not to throw your van off the back. Alright, we made it back out to the paved road. So now we can head into town.
This is where I used to park. And he's offloading the straps and everything needed to drop the truck. And that will be it. I guess that's it. Not a whole lot more to say or do. There's our master tower.
Master of nothing. So let's head back to our hotel.
Bye all.
We got John dropped back off at his hotel, and then another few days, a week, something like that, we'll come back for his van and get it to his new tiny home spot and close this out. So
Thank you very, very much.
no problem at all.
And you have a good day and be safe, okay?
Will do. Okay, so I'm not sure how to finish this video out other than say help people. If you can, help people. You never know who you're going to run into, and after that, hearing him say that, and I don't know if I can get this off that dash camera or not because I didn't have the camera rolling, but hearing him say that his goal is to better himself to the point that he can go help others and try to get other people the help that he's got, like, that's made every bit of this for me 100% worth it. That is better payment that I could have ever received for doing the job. That's clearly someone who is trying, all the T's crossed and I's dotted and doing everything just right, or he would have never got that far with the VA. So I am all for doing whatever I can to help someone who is putting in the effort to help themselves. So, and then to hear like that at the end where he said his goal is to be able to get into a position where he can help others, totally worth it. So like I said, if you can help people, it's worth it. But for now, that is going to be the end of this video. We are going to go help him get his van moved back to his new tiny home once he gets that set up here in another few days to a week, and we'll take you along for that one too. So for now, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Help people if you can. See you later.